Okay, we're kind of experimenting right now because I have the microphone clipped onto my shirt and I have no idea if it's going to work well. I really hope it does because I'm tired of holding it with one hand while drawing in the other. But anyway, welcome back everybody. How are we today? Day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Today we are at day 5. Not in the morning, but someday I will go back into drawing in the morning. Anyway, today I started the game jam. I will talk about that later, but right now I kind of just want to get started. Hello everybody, welcome. Right now we're designing a mega dungeon. And one thing that I have noticed that I am slipping up on is the cross sections, the walls. I'm messing up on the walls a lot. So right off the bat, I kind of want to fix that, at least for where I think walls will go, and that will help me a little bit more. I'll make it a little brighter for you too. We love dark and moody, but should be able to see something. Okay. And I thought what might be kind of fun is to have little stories that are being told inside the framework here. I think that would be kind of fun. Like a little mouse running. That would be kind of cute, right? Boop, boop. So today was kind of a big day, dungeon designy wise, because I was kind of struggling with what types of traps I was going to be using, because I've been thinking dungeon, and all of my dungeons have been outside or in a really old castle. And so I was very much struggling with what should be inside of a dungeon if the dungeon itself is a fully functioning, fully active a castle, basically. So today I kind of had a breakthrough with the trap making and planning. So I'm very excited for that. I can't wait to show you. I'm not going to tell you anything right now. I'm gonna keep it all a surprise. But right now, I have this one small idea that I want to get out of my head really quickly so that I won't forget it. Basically, just get it done so I won't forget. Okay, so right now we are in the kitchen and we're in the servants' quarters. Oh, you know what? They don't have sleeping space yet. Maybe we'll put their rooms for rest to be here. I feel like every time I want to build something, every time I want to build out a room or I have a small idea that I don't want to forget, I also am reminded while drawing of things that I also shouldn't forget. And which one takes precedence? Well, wherever the pencil goes first, it seems. Okay, maybe this, I'm just gonna leave a note here. Oh, your sleeping quarter, okay. This room, I want to be the big kitchen. I want it to be a nice big kitchen with like a big long table and like storage and stuff for, oh, we need like a stove and things. But then here, wait, maybe we do the sleeping quarter kind of bends around like that. And then down here, you go down and then here's the wine cellar. So this is what I want. Oh, fudge. Okay, let's draw out these walls really quickly. Definitely a little scatterbrained today. I did a lot today. I started planning for the game jam, which is huge. It's my first game jam that has to deal with making RPGs, or TTRPGs. So I had to figure out, I'm still figuring it out, but I'm trying to figure out mechanics. And I think if I do mechanics first, then that can inspire what's going to happen or how I'm going to develop the story. And yeah, I've been looking at a bunch of, what are they called? SRDs? SRD, System Reference Documents. So Instead of trying to come up with my own plan as my very first game, I thought that the best strategy that I could do is just use a system that's already existing. And the system that I'm going to use is Aspire, which means that the player needs to have a deck of cards and dice. And I think that's really interesting. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I know that I have tarot decks, and tarot decks are just glorified playing cards. So I definitely want it to be that you don't have to have a tarot deck to use it, but just a regular playing card deck will be fine. Okay, now I know that this will be the kitchen, and then now we have this little pathway here that I was thinking up. I would like to have this area be something kind of special. Well, special in the way of I have it in my mind and I don't want to forget, so we need to write it down as fast as we can. That's what I mean by special. Basically, we need a stairway up. The one thing that I want to do, the reason why we want a stairway up is because the one thing that I really, really want to do with this specific map is I want to have a lot of looping paths. That way, when a player wants to explore, they can explore and they can go wherever they want, and that the story will kind of just unfold as they enter into different parts of the dungeon. I really like looping paths. Since I'm a beginner game maker, I feel like it's just a good habit that I want to implement immediately, and I want to just make it a part of my map making, because I feel like you really, really open up the story a lot. I think the general idea is, and this is me just assuming because I've never been a DM before, I've only just played as a player, but I think allowing them to run around and do whatever they want allows for a good story. And if you have key points, they can just play out randomly. Whenever, if you know that something's going to happen in the office or specific things needs to happen in the office, but then they're in the basement, you're just going to do the things that are specific to the basement, and then eventually you can sneak in a way to be like, you need to be in the office, my dudes. Kinda, I guess, is like the strat, right? Is that how it goes? Let me know.
Editing Nina here. Okay, so I think the reason why looping paths can be difficult is you need to have every plan for every room already decided. And if you spent the entire night before only working on the office and then the team is like, oh, let's go down to the basement, it's kind of difficult because maybe you hadn't done all the labor to set up the scenarios inside of the basement. So that's, I guess, the point where it can get really, really difficult, especially if you want to have like in-depth scenarios. And I can see where you kind of want to start railroading your players to get into the office.
But yeah, as a player, everything's questionable, you know? The only reason why I feel encouraged to do anything is if they describe an element. Like if we end up in a room and they're talking about high description, that there's a bookshelf or that there's like something up with the air or a chandelier or something like that, that's what I'm going to be assuming is the path that we need to go down. And yeah, the thing that I really wanted to build over here is I wanted to make a stairwell that goes up, because we're up to having passages. So the thing that I want to build here is I want to build the little apothecary thing. I want to give enhancements to our players, and so I think that plenty of stuff can happen inside of this area in which they're capable of receiving stuff that the servants probably would have kept, that the servants would have on hand or had received from the manor lord, and you can give to the player. And it would be really cool that the path is actually, remember to draw the walls, that the path actually leads to, dun, 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 where's suspense, it's a painting. Oh, you were zoomed out the whole time. Should I redo the scenario? I'll redo it for you. I want the path that leads from the back to be behind a portrait. And you can like see in the wallpaper that it kind of opens up a little bit, you know? If they inspect the wall here, then they will see that there is a little break in the wallpaper, and that allows them to look at the picture frame, and that will give them the stairwell that can go down into the kitchen area. And then here's the apothecary. Yeah, what I think the strat is, again with like the looping paths and stuff like that, is that like if you need them to have a key to some place, I would just make sure that I know that I have to give them a key, and then I just put it on a plate. I just put it somewhere random, and it doesn't seem that random because it's something that like belongs in this house, you know? And I guess you can give reasons to why the key is there. The one thing that really trips me up is like traps though. I'm gonna perpetually be nervous about traps, but I do have some good trap ideas for this area. Oh, and I want like little leaves. I want like dried herbs. I'm gonna actually give them a little carpet that they can work on. Oh, speaking of carpets, I've heard that I guess in D&D there is a rug of smothering, which is pretty cool. Because I was wondering, like, again with the traps, what am I supposed to make traps out of inside of a big bustling home? And I found some cool ones, like the rugs of smothering, for example. Another super easy one is like a dog or a guard or a servant or something like that. Those can all be traps. Okay, so what room do we think that they frequent often? It could just be a hallway, and then it can be just a small room here, maybe. Maybe there's like a little small room here. Okay, let's just quickly do this and this. This can be a room. We can figure out what can go in this room later. The path. And then we have a little passageway here. What should be in this little random room? Because now we are up in the top floor. We're like in the residential area. Could be just a guest room. Could be, yeah, guest room, I guess. Maybe I actually close this off like that. Put the room here, make the room a little bigger. And I would like a really little spooky little path here as well, because this map actually connects with this map here, which is like a castle. So they can exit through the library. They exit through a library here, and then that opens up to, I think, what would become like a little path out of that castle, and would lead people into the citadel. So that's a kind of crazy adventure that would have to get invented later. But yeah, so yeah, and then this can just be like a deep, dark, spooky area. Oh, and then open up this area. Yeah, actually this seems a lot more cohesive. That this would be a little room, and that this would be a huge hallway. What else? Yeah, we can make this a bedroom. I don't know. This is weird. It's fine. And then actually, let's make it so that there's a doorway right here. But then on the other side, it's just a painting. What else are in fancy bedrooms? Oh, let's add like a little thing here. A little chest. Secrets are hidden there. Maybe, possibly. Why not? And then I guess this could be just another room here too. And then it would just be like wood. I think here we're finally having wooden floors. Oh, and one thing that I was thinking about, which might actually be a very clever thing, is to use the 6B for adding detail to make it more noticeable. Like, oh, I'm supposed to be looking at this. This is a door. For all the people who are here, thank you for being here. And I hope you continue to be here. I hope this is fun and entertaining. Any new chatters, tell me. Is this fun and entertaining? Are you not entertained? What is that from? Gladiator? I don't even think I saw that movie. But yeah, this little secret passageway was the big thing that I just really needed to take care of and didn't want to forget. And I knew that I wanted it over here. And I knew that I wanted it to start at the dry room where there's like herbs and stuff like that, because I am an herb person. I love plants. And so I thought this would be the perfect place to hide a little entrance passageway. But yeah, that's it. That's my day 5. Oh my god. Is that it? Yeah, that's day 5 of our baked dungeon so far. I'm almost caught up with this week. I have 2 more to go and then I'm done. So yeah, designing the RPG is actually, I think, going to be really fun. I'm going to try and write down all the information that I can remember. I'm going to try and document it and make sure that I have notes and everything for the people who are interested, and that's it. Tell me if you join the game jam, or if you're thinking about joining the game jam. You still have plenty of time to do something. And yep,